So, continue po tayo. Nasa number 9. You look or feel like an empty shell because the narc has been slowly erasing who you are. Ganun po sila kadelikado. They are dangerous people. And sad, hindi lahat po ng tao ay aware na may ganitong tao sa mundo. Akala natin kasi sa movie lang ito meron eh. Hindi po, they exist, they are everywhere. At ang target po nila ay yung mga mabubuting tao po na mataas ang empathy, mabait, mapagbigay, mapagpatawad, tahimik, walang ano yun? Because they use your kindness against you. They're toying on your emotions. They play on it. Number 9, you look or feel like an empty shell. Because the narc has been slowly erasing who you are, you no longer feel like yourself. It affects the tone of your voice, the light in your eyes, and how you look. But often, it's not realized until after the relationship is over. Yeah, totoo po yan. Once you are there in that relationship, hindi mo yan makikita. But you know something is off, something is wrong, na hindi mo tukoy-tukoy kung saan may problema. But once you get out in that relationship, saka mo mapagtatagpi-tagpi yung puzzle, and it's so mind-blowing. At dun mo ma-realize na you are in hell. Nandun ka sa impyerno na hindi mo nalalaman. Continue tayo. Number 10, emotional disconnect. It's almost like someone has turned a switch off inside of you. Grabe no? Kaya nga po they are so dangerous kasi they are so damaging and they don't care. Wala silang pakialam. They are so dangerous people. Mas okay pa, hindi ko po sinasabi na na okay po yung physical na injury, but yung emotional injury po, psychological abuse po is more dangerous than physical injury. Kasi po kapag may may sugat ka in your sa physical or sinaktan ka, nakikita mo siya but emotional, psychological, ang damage po niyan is on your soul, on your spirit, on your mind, on your emotion. And that is not a good place to be in that situation. Hindi po, nobody deserve to be in that situation. So, you have been conditioned to not experience very many positive emotions because the narc feels threatened by your positive emotions. Totoo po yan. Pansin nyo na once you are happy, they are miserable. Nakita ko po yun. Meron ba kayong tao sa buhay nyo na once you are happy, they are miserable? Or they can fake it, like smile at your face and say, yeah, they are happy for you. But deep inside, they're not happy for you. Mafe-feel mo yan eh. Tapos one word lang ang bibigay sa'yo, oh, I'm happy for you. And then, finish. Wala na. No conversation, nothing. Wala ka na maririnig na follow-up na ano. Kasi deep inside, they are not happy for you. They feel more miserable. Narcissists are miserable people. But once they say happy people, it makes them feel more miserable. Your negative emotions are rewarded by narc by giving you peace without the unpredictable explosions, and you up in a gray area of emotional disconnect. You see, once na pansinin mo, once happy ka, they are miserable. And once you are miserable, they are happy. Familiar ba sa inyo? May tao bang ganito sa sa buhay ninyo? Pay attention po. Number 11, low self-esteem. While you may have had low self-esteem prior to this relationship, this is problematic because it's continually being chipped away at by your abuser until it becomes dysfunctions to your daily life. Addicted to the abuser. Ito po, marami po itong Even if you realize that you are in an abusive relationship, friendship, or family, or therapist has helped you to see it, instead of really owning it, you feel an obsessive need to gain this person's approval. Wala na, you are addicted to them now. Kasi nga, dahil sa ginagawa nga nila na, parang intermittent na sa brain mo, they are toying your emotions eh. So, yung brain po, mag-release siya ng addicted chemicals. So, magiging addicted ka dun sa, hindi naman dun mismo sa narcissist, kundi yung behavior nila na you feel good. Kapag, sinuyo ka na nila, you feel good. So, yun na, nag-crave ka na nung addicted ka na dun sa toxicity. You feel an obsessive need to gain this person's approval. Nothing else matters. Whoa. Number 13, sense of shame. The narc projects their negative emotions onto you and even pass it on at a subconscious level. Pansin nyo, lahat ng insecurities nila, ibibintang sa'yo. Lahat ng ginagawa nilang kasamaan nila, kademonyuhan nila, ibibintang nila sa'yo. Kasi they cannot own it. They need you. They need you to carry that baggage, that shame, that fear, that self-loathing. Once na naintindihan niyo po yung how they treat people, how the narcissist works, wala po, magpapasalamat kayo na hindi kayo ipinanganak na ganun. Ma-appreciate niyo po ang sarili niyo bilang tao na napakabuti niyong tao, na hindi kayo ipinanganak na narcissist. For example, if you actually have a good time with friends and enjoying yourself, the narc will see that as a threat to them and shoot you a glance that makes you wonder what you have done to upset them. So, familiar naman nito. You will retreat into the confusion and mental anguish that surrounds you in wondering what you have done and why they are upset. You didn't do anything wrong. Na lang talaga sila. For example, magkasama kayo sa isang party. Then you enjoy, you are having good time. Tas titingnan ka kung kutsilyo pa lang yung mata niya, wala, sugat-sugat ka na, daway ka niya tingnan. And yung yung behavior niya na yun, ikaw, alam mo nang ibig sabihin nun. So ikaw, wala na, imbis na nag-i-enjoy ka, wala na, iano mo na yan, parang masya-shutdown ka. At pupunta ka na lang doon sa sulok, na wala na, sinira niya na yung happiness mo, yung araw mo, yung gabi na yun na dapat nag-i-enjoy ka. Ganon, kasi nga, they are thriving on people's misery and pain. They cannot see people happy because it multiplies their unhappiness. Number 14, nightmares. Frequent disruptive nightmares that symbolize the upset and lack of control in your relationship. This may be symbolic of turmoil in your waking life. Grabe. Number 15, dissociation. This coping mechanism is often put in place by our brains to lessen the effect of the abuse. This is prevalent in many different psychological conditions and result from being emotionally overwhelmed. We are removed and distant from our experiences and separate us from the turmoil and anguish. You have to retrain your brain that you can handle intense emotions and stress. Kasi kaya po ganun dahil po yung brain po natin, they are trying to protect us. Kaya nagkakaroon ng disassociation. Number 16, easily triggered. Your dominant stress response, flight, freeze, or fawn, is easily triggered. When things get difficult, your immediate trauma response is easily set off. When things get difficult, you immediately have this trauma response. You are living with an emotional manipulator that teach you that you have to live at a 9 in anxiety. They never let you relax. Kasi nga, once you are exhausted, once you are weak, it's easy for them to manipulate you. Kasi nga, di ba, you are preserving your energy. So, everything they say, oo ka na lang ng oo. Kasi you don't have energy anymore. Pansin nyo na gusto mong magpahinga, hindi ka pinagpapahinga, binubomba ka ng mga nonsense bullshit. Wow, just to keep you busy, keep your mind occupied, para hindi ka makapag-isip ng tama. Yun po yun. They never let you relax, constantly cause turmoil, and have you constantly walking on eggshells. They do this because they feed off the explosive reactions. So they want to keep you at heightened anxiety because it means that they don't have to work as hard to get a response. Kasi yung response po nila, emotionally, reaction mo, that is a narcissistic supply. Kaya nga, ayaw nila ng tahimik, laging may conflict kasi when you react, it's their drugs. Diba? Hindi po maiintindihan talaga kapag hindi kayo dumanas ng, hindi nyo pa na inaral po yung narcissistic personality disorder and narcissistic abuse. At lalo na kapag hindi nyo po napagdaanan. So, ganun po. It's their drugs. They feel good. After that, pag ano ka na, pag yung nag-react ka na, mga ganun niya, parang they feel good. Oh, you know? High na sila, high na. Okay na. Pansin nyo, magkukonflict yan, tapos may parang wala, kakausapin ka na parang walang nangyari. Kasi they get their fix already. This quick fix. Yan. Being easily triggered to react with a trauma response in combination with the difficulty in turning off that response is a big red flag. Number 17, destructive behavior. Sabotaging one area of your life. This may be relationships with friends or career success. The narc supply will take over the abuse and slowly destroy what is important to them. Yeah, halimbawa ikaw, wala na. Nakalimutan mo na, wala ka ng time to go out with friends. Kasi yung mundo mo nakaikot lang dun sa kanya, sa abuser mo, sa narcissist mo. Family mo, wala na rin. Di mo na rin mabigyan ng oras. Number 19, anxiety. Over time, under these abusive conditions, anxiety levels within the narc supply increase to damaging levels. Sobrang high na ng anxiety. Continued anxiety can give way to other psychological issues. For example, phobias. The pattern of narc abuse is that any social event will be precipitated by a massive blow-up. so that the narc can release their negative emotions. Grabe no, wala, kawawa yung target talaga, kawawa yung victim nila. Ginagawa nilang basurahan ng kanilang yung emotional baggage nila. So at the event, the narc looks great while the narc supply is a mess. Yeah. Pag may pupuntahan kayong party, halimbawa, ayan, base kayong dalawang, ang gara ng suot mo, ang ganda mo, tas siya din nakabihis din. Tas pag may feeling niya dyan na yung, yung alive na alive ka, gagawa yan siya ng conflict, gagawa yan ng eksena, para pagdating doon sa event, wala, sira yung araw mo, at siya doon, siya ang mag-i-enjoy doon. Ikaw, nandun ka sa sulok. Diba? They are so twisted. Napaka, ito, the narc can release their negative emotion. So, at the event, the narc looks great, while the narc supply is a mess. Yun. This creates a negative association in our brains surrounding being in social situations, which over time can manifest into social phobia. Ang effect niyan, pag may mga may mga gatherings, wala ka na, mayroon ka ng social phobia or social anxiety. Kasi yan create yun nung ng narc abuser mo eh. These changes in the narc supply's personality are ultimately used against them. Yun, change na yung settings ng personality mo. Kasi yung mga good qualities mo, ginamit laban sa'yo. Number 20, panic attacks. The natural progression of anxiety can be turned into panic attacks. While this is not always the case, when the brain is dissociated and the body is under continual stress, the mind is constantly learning new negative pathways and creating those based on experience. If you suspect that you are in this type of relationship, there is no easy answer. I know the easy answer. There is no easy answer. Ultimately, once you have become a shell of your former self, and the qualities that the narc needs from you are exhausted, they will most likely move on. Wala na, kasi wala nang mapipiga sa iyo eh. You are empty shell of your former self na. Their need for narcissistic supply is obsessive and will rule their behavior, while you and your changes will be blamed and his moving on will be justified. Sabihin niyo siya na, wala na akong may sa'yo. Wala na. Move on na siya and they will look for, guess what? New supply, new target. So, mauulit at mauulit lang yung pattern. Yun. And they don't change. They never change. Mauulit at mauulit lang. Ang nag-change lang sa mga narcissist is yung kanilang victim. And sad to say, maraming mga biktima rin na they stay in that relationship like 20 years, 25 years. Ang dami kong nabasang mga article na need nila ng help, na sabi nila, wala na, I lost myself, I didn't know who I am anymore. I was in this narcissistic relationship for 25, 30 years, mga ganun. And I lost everything, mga ganun. Marami talagang na-stuck sa ganung So yun, I hope po na nagustuhan niyo po yung topic natin today. At please share po. At I am so determined po na ma-share po yung awareness po, kasi po gaya po ng sinasabi ko po palagi, wala pong nobody deserve to be in that situation po, nang dahil lang sa isang disordered na tao, na may mga tao na magsasuffer nang dahil lang sa disordered na tao. At ang mahirap po dito, yung mga hindi nakaranas nito ay hindi po tayo maiintindihan at sasabihin pa na you are exaggerating, mga ganun. Kasi they don't know your pain. Hindi nila alam kung anong impyerno yung kinalagyan mo, inilagay ka ng taong yun na pinagkatiwalaan mo. Halimbawa, kung family mo yan, o kaya lover mo, boyfriend mo, kaibigan mo, nilagay ka sa ganong sitwasyon. So, yun po, healing po is possible. Sobrang possible po ng healing. At we just need to do the work. Kasi po, tayo, we are powerful, malakas po tayo, kaya nga tinatarget tayo because of our gifts, our overflowing na love na kaya natin mag-generate from our own, na hindi natin kailangan gumamit ng ibang tao to kagaya ng mga narcissist na they need people. Kailangan nila ng tao na i-validate sila. Tayo hindi eh. We can provide that for ourselves. Kaya nga, our love is overflowing. Kaya nga, narcissists are addicted to people who are highly empathic. Kasi tinatarget tayo kasi we have all those qualities that narcissists don't have. So, yun na lang po muna at medyo mahaba-haba na po yung video natin. Thank you so much guys for watching, and I hope you like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Please love yourself first. Bye!